So, wow, what a wild time. And one thing that we're aware of is that unlike most couples, we're used to being home a lot and we're used to being together all the time.
Yes.
And we work together most of the time. So we are definitely grateful for the tools and practices that we have been
Yes.
playing with and being with over these last few years. And we want to share them with couples who might be finding a little extra stress right now in their relationship. And we were having a really, I think, well, before I say that, one thing we wanted to share about is the concept of personas. So it's not something we've talked about in a video before. And to briefly put what a persona is it's a, yeah, he's like, I'll demonstrate one. So these are masks that we wear. These are ways that we show up in life, either to get attention or to avoid negative attention. Most personas got put in place when we were young. And I have a be nice persona that cropped up out of my many years of Catholic church and Catholic school upbringing. So I was taught, which is there's a beautiful value in being a nice person, but I had a persona, and still that one likes to pop up, that's being nice when it's not in integrity with myself. In other words, it might actually be doing harm to me. It's not real. It's not coming from that real place of kindness and compassion in me. It might be coming from a place of wanting to fix or needing to fix someone else. So that's an example of how personas can crop up. And in relationship, like yesterday, we had an interesting thing happen. So our dryer decided to break. I heard this crazy noise coming from our garage, went in there, and it's like, uh-oh. And so I say to Dean, oh boy, this is going on. And so in my head, I'm already kind of strategizing and what's going to happen. And I'm kind of like, okay. And meanwhile, you were having quite a different reaction.
It was with all this other stuff going on, and then the dryer breaks, and I'm just like, I'm a fixer guy, so I like to fix things, and I fixed it before, and I just kind of came in and was like, I think we might have to buy a new dryer.
Which I looked at him and I was like, buy a new dryer? Our income just got, a little bit slammed by what's happening in the world. And so I'm like, no, I don't think we're going to be buying a dryer right now. I'm like, I guess we'll be hanging up clothes. And don't you think maybe you could fix it? And it was just totally that didn't get received too well. I noticed, that's the thing is I started to notice that you weren't in yourself. You weren't really the Dean that I know. So I started to get curious about that. So that's one of the tools that we use, which is to, when something's going on, to get curious rather than to take it personally. So I was able to get curious, like, what's going on for you? And I kind of asked him, what's going on for you?
It was... I was just out of it. It just took me out of everything, because with all of this other things going on, a breakdown of the dryer, like really, like right now, and so I really appreciated Michele to pause too. Another thing you do is pause when things are happening. She took a pause and was like, something's going on here. Like, what's up? Mm-hmm. And then for me, we're like, oh wow, I was in a little panic. And usually I'm pretty chill and cool, but this rattled me more than I was conscious about. It's just like, whoa, the dryer. How am I going to get parts? How am I going to do anything?
That's right. The store's going to be
the clothes. I just washed clothes, and it's going to be wet.
That's right.
So like why?
And I'm going, So it was really funny. So then Mr. Fixit did put on his Fixit clothes and attempt to fix the dryer, and I think you're going to be able to fix it if the store is going to be open. So I don't know if that's going to be one of those essential places that's open, hopefully, because I've heard that repair places are staying open for times like this for appliances and things. So it's possible. But in the meantime, it seemed like you kind of came back into yourself enough to say, all right, I got to hang this line because I have clothes I want to hang up. So we came outside and he hung.
And we actually had one of those.
I must have had that
dryer
for 15 years
where
sitting
you
in that back.
roll
Yeah.
it out, and
Yeah.
it's like we've had one forever. Yeah, so hung it up and stretched it out and proceeded to hang that laundry.
Hang the laundry.
Hang the laundry.
Yes, but the persona wasn't done.
No.
So then we get into today, and I'm having a great time. I'm like, oh, look at the clothing out there, and it's reminding me of when my kids were young and we had a clothesline, and I like the smell of the clothes, and oh, okay, they're not as soft as usual, but I really like it. So I'm having a great time over here. And Dean was like kind of agitated, and so I came out to help with the hanging the stuff up, and he's all having a terrible time.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that just...
He just kind of
very
actually the serious thing.
Yeah,
So
serious.
one of the indicators that a persona might be in play is that we get serious. And you were definitely serious. Yeah, it was no fun. Yeah. And so this is the thing, is because we again have these tools and we play with them a lot, I was able to present something's going on here. And then that's when you started to think about what were the first thoughts that you had when you started to think about a clothesline.
Yeah, I thought about, I grew up in Hawaii and we didn't have a dryer. And so everything was hung. And my mom never really asked for help. So I always went out and helped her to hang laundry. And I didn't enjoy like the hard clothes when I grew up. Towels were like crispy and shirts were, hard. And I was like, oh, I don't like this.
Yeah. So
and it just brought up all that stuff. It was amazing how quickly something like this pulls up kind of, I guess, sort of little trauma from my childhood.
Right. So like a little, right. And it's like, okay, trauma about the dryer. So it's something, obviously a minor thing, but what is fascinating about that is that it got under your skin and it took a little bit away from your enjoyment of yesterday. I noticed that it kind of was a little cloud. It was like a little dark cloud for him. And so that's what happens when a persona takes over and we're not aware of it. We're just not having as good a time in life. And in relationship,
that's when
if we didn't have the tools that we have, I am quite certain we would have had a fight about that.
Yeah.
I would have been all like, I can just imagine it. It would be like, what's the big deal? Like, why are you making such a big deal out of hanging clothes up? Like, it's great. This is great. We have the sunshine. We're lucky. It hasn't rained yet. It's supposed to rain.
And I would have been like, well, let me just do this myself.
Yeah, you'd
let
be
me
like,
go
don't
do something else. I'll hang the clothes and fold it.
Just get out of my...
Or whatever.
Get
you
out
do
of my
it
hair.
and I'm out of here.
That's true. Yeah, so we, for us, it's like a learning opportunity, and we're like, what's going on here? And I appreciated about Dean that he was able to, even though he was feeling the agitation, he was able to take a pause and actually allow you allowed yourself to hear what I was saying, which I really appreciated. So that's just a little example of how something like that can take over. Yeah. And so we are going to be starting for the time being, offering a 2-hour once a week, pay what you want. So it's if you're having a tight finances right now, please join us. Don't let that stop you. But we want to offer tools for couples. So this is for you to come as a couple, and we'll be playing for a couple of hours and sharing some ways that we actually are able to enjoy ourselves together, even during a crisis.
Right.
So thank you for joining us, and we'd love to hear your comments, what you're thinking about this, and we hope to see you soon.